Hello, fourth graders. Mr. McMillan here, trying to help you find fractional parts of a number, something that we are studying in Chapter 17. Sometimes this can cause a little bit of trouble in case you need help on homework or better explain what you might have learned in class. I'm attempting to give you two ways to solve these types of problems. On the left, we're going to do something that I like to call using leaders. It's essentially a way to visualize it and to draw these fractional parts of a number out. And on the right side, we're going to do divide and multiply, which is essentially an algorithm where you follow some steps to arrive at the same answer. In the real world, finding fractional parts of a number might be applied when you have a group of people, let's say, and you want to put them into equal groups. And then you need to count how many people are in maybe two of those groups or three of those groups, but not the entire group. This skill can help you solve those types of problems. So we start here on the left using the leaders. What you need to keep in mind is 12 is the total number of objects that you're trying to find the fractional part of. This denominator right here, these are the equal groups that you are trying to make, and I like to call these the leaders. So if I look at this denominator here, I see there are 4 equal groups. So I'm going to make 4 x's, and these are going to be the leaders of their respective groups. Now looking back at the number 12, this tells me how many members there are total. I've got my 4 leaders here. I'm going to keep adding x's until I've reached 12, keeping them in their respective groups. So that's 8. And now we have all 12 of them. After I've made 4 equal groups, I look at the numerator, and this helps me figure out how many of the groups I'm looking to count. In this case, 2. So I find 2 leaders, and I circle all the members of their 2 groups, count them up, 2, 4, 6, and that tells me there are 6 members in 2 out of those 4 equal groups. Now looking over to the right side, if this is something that you're not as comfortable with, you're looking more to work with numbers, there is an algorithm or sort of shortcut you can use. Take your 12 total objects and divide by the number of equal groups. In this case, you'll get 3. So your first problem was 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Then you take the answer to that and you multiply it by your numerator. You're essentially figuring out how many members are in each group, which is 3, times how many groups you're counting, which is 2, and you arrive at 6 as well. To do another example here, 3/5 of 15. 15 is the total number of objects I'm dealing with. I look at this denominator here and see that I need 5 leaders, who are going to be the leaders of 5 equal groups. I need to pass out the remaining members of my groups. Excuse me, I'm going to use blue. The remaining members of my groups until I've reached 15. There's 10. There are my 15. Then I'm going to look up at my numerator. This is how many groups I'm looking to count. Find 3 leaders here and count all the members of their groups. And I get 9. To solve the same problem over to the right, we're going to divide 15 divided by 5, essentially taking the total number of items divided by the number of groups, and I get 3 because there are 3 in each group. I take that number 3 and multiply it by the numerator, which is how many groups I'm looking to count, and I also arrive at 9. I hope this video helps explain fractional parts of a number a little bit better. Best of luck.